Today, we bring you a topic that will surely leave you thinking. The dark prophecy of Nostradamus that threatens the United States is closer than we imagine. Have you ever wondered if ancient prophecies could have a real impact on our world today? What if I told you that a prediction made over 400 years ago could be about to come true in our country? Nostradamus, an enigmatic astrologer from the 10th century, is known for his shocking visions of the future, many of which have already come true. In this video, we will explore one of his most unsettling predictions and how it could affect the United States. Are you ready to discover the truth behind these words? Stay with us until the end to unravel this mystery and understand its relevance today. Let's begin. The figure of Nostradamus, the famous French prophet of the 15th century, has fascinated entire generations due to his enigmatic predictions that seem to cover events from all eras. Among his many quatrains, one in particular has generated great interest due to its apparent reference to a catastrophe in the United States. The prophecy states, "In the year of the twins, a powerful leader will fall, and the great eagle will suffer." This quatrain, like many of Nostradamus's works, is filled with symbolism and ambiguity, allowing for various interpretations that seek to relate it to historical and contemporary events. In this analysis, we will explore in detail each part of this prophecy and the symbolic language used by Nostradamus. First, we break down the phrase, "in the year of the twins." Many scholars agree that this could refer to the year 2001, specifically to the September 11th attacks on the Twin Towers in New York. This traumatic event marked a before and after in world history, particularly for the United States, redefining the country's security policies and international relations. The Twin Towers were a prominent symbol of American economy and power, and their destruction had a profound and lasting impact. This interpretation of the twins as a literal reference to the World Trade Center towers is the most widely accepted and discussed. However, other experts propose that the year of the twins may not be limited to such a literal interpretation. It could refer to any year characterized by significant dualities or twin events. For example, the year 2020, with the COVID-19 pandemic and the global economic crisis, could also fit this description. The duality of health and economic problems affecting the world presents an alternative interpretation of Nostradamus's quatrain. This broader view suggests that the prophecy could apply to multiple events over time, each with its own significant impact. The next part of the prophecy, "a powerful leader will fall," has been the subject of numerous interpretations and speculations. In the context of the September 11th attacks, some interpreted this as a reference to President George W. Bush, who was in power during the attacks. Although he did not fall in the literal sense, his leadership and the decisions made during his administration were highly criticized and left a mark on history. Others think that this phrase could refer to a future leader whose fall is yet to come. The ambiguity of a powerful leader allows this part of the prophecy to be applied to different political figures and historical moments. The term "will fall" does not necessarily imply a physical death. It could mean a fall from power, a loss of influence, or a personal crisis that severely affects the country's stability. The versatility of this interpretation is one of the reasons why Nostradamus's prophecies have endured and remained relevant throughout the centuries. The final part of the prophecy, "the great eagle will suffer," is perhaps the most direct part of the quatrain, as the bald eagle is the national symbol of the United States. This line suggests a significant crisis or suffering for the country. The events of September 11th are a clear manifestation of this suffering, but so are more recent crises. For example, the 2008 economic crisis had a devastating impact on the global economy and the lives of millions of Americans. More recently, the COVID-19 pandemic has challenged the country in unprecedented ways, affecting both public health and economic and social stability. Besides these interpretations, the Great Eagle will suffer can also be related to the global influence and position of the United States on the international stage. The growing competition with powers like China and Russia, along with internal challenges such as political division and racial conflicts, suggest a period of suffering and trial for the country. These events can be seen as a continuous fulfillment of Nostradamus's prophecy, reflecting a nation facing multiple crises on different fronts. The symbolic language of Nostradamus is designed to be interpreted in many ways, and this quatrain is no exception. The interpretation of suffer could include a wide range of challenges and tribulations that the United States may face. This is what makes Nostradamus's prophecies so intriguing and terrifying at the same time: their ability to adapt to different contexts and times. To delve deeper into the analysis of the language and symbolism used by Nostradamus, it is important to understand his historical context. Nostradamus lived in the 10th century, a time marked by political instability, wars, and diseases. His prophecies reflect the fears and concerns of his time, but they also contain universal elements that resonate with modern anxieties. Nostradamus wrote in a cryptic and poetic style, using metaphors and veiled allusions. This not only allowed him to avoid censorship and persecution during his time, but also ensured that his writings could be interpreted in many ways throughout the years. His use of symbolism, such as the twins and the Great Eagle, is deliberately ambiguous to allow multiple interpretations. The symbolism of the twins could refer not only to specific events like September 11th, but also to broader dual concepts, such as political or social division within a country. This duality can be applied to many different situations, making the prophecy perpetually relevant. The powerful leader is another example of this ambiguity. In every era, there are figures who fit this description, from presidents and prime ministers to military and economic leaders. The fall of a leader can have profound and lasting repercussions, affecting not only the individual in question, but also the nation they lead. The Great Eagle is perhaps the clearest and least ambiguous symbol of the prophecy. The United States has used the bald eagle as its emblem since its founding, and this symbol is internationally recognized as representative of the country. The idea that it will suffer is open to interpretation, but it suggests a crisis or series of crises that will significantly impact the nation. In the modern context, experts have sought to connect Nostradamus's quatrain to recent and future events. A key aspect of this interpretation is the impact of technology and information. The ability to spread information instantly has radically changed the way crises develop and are perceived. For example, social media and news outlets have played a crucial role in how information is managed during political and social crises, amplifying the impact of these events on public perception. Another important consideration is climate change and natural disasters. Wildfires, hurricanes, and other extreme phenomena have affected the United States with increasing frequency and intensity. These events not only cause physical and economic damage, but also contribute to a general sense of insecurity and vulnerability. The phrase, "the Great Eagle will suffer," could be applied to these natural catastrophes and the long-term impact they will have on the nation's infrastructure and well-being. Additionally, internal social challenges such as political polarization, racial conflicts, and economic divisions can also be seen as part of the prophesied suffering. The growing division within the country has led to increased tension and instability, which in turn affects the United States' ability to face external and internal challenges in a unified way. The analysis of Nostradamus's language and symbolism would not be complete without considering the nature of his writings. Nostradamus used intentionally cryptic and poetic language, filled with metaphors and veiled allusions. This allowed him to avoid censorship and persecution in his time, but also ensured that his writings could be interpreted in various ways throughout the centuries. His skill in creating symbolic and ambiguous imagery is one of the reasons why his prophecies have endured and continue to be the subject of study and debate. The modern interpretation of Nostradamus's prophecy that threatens the United States encompasses both recent and possible future events. From the September 11th attacks to contemporary economic and political crises, experts find connections between his quatrains and the challenges faced by the nation. As the United States navigates an increasingly complex and turbulent world, the words of Nostradamus continue to resonate, offering a mixture of warning and mystery that invites reflection and preparation. In conclusion, the prophecy "In the year of the twins, a powerful leader will fall and the great eagle will suffer" is a statement filled with symbolism that can be applied to various historical and modern events and contexts. The ability of these words to resonate over time is a testament to Nostradamus's prophetic genius and the ongoing relevance of his visions. As the United States faces challenges in the 21st century, the interpretation of this prophecy remains a topic of great interest and debate, reflecting both current concerns and future uncertainties. The potential impact on the United States from Nostradamus's prophecy, predicting that "in the year of the twins, a powerful leader will fall and the great eagle will suffer," has generated considerable debate and speculation. The implications of this prophecy range from political consequences to economic and social effects, each influencing the country's fabric in complex and often interconnected ways. One of the most obvious political consequences of the fall of a powerful leader could be instability in the US government. The removal or collapse of a leader of great influence, whether through democratic means such as impeachment or due to internal scandals and crises, could lead to an era of greater uncertainty and deeper divisions in the country. Historically, we have seen how the resignation of Richard Nixon after the Watergate scandal plunged the country into a deep crisis of confidence in its institutions. Similarly, recent impeachment attempts and controversies surrounding current leaders have exacerbated political and social divisions. Political instability could create a leadership vacuum that other actors, both internal and external, might try to fill. This could result in a struggle for power that further polarizes the population and weakens national cohesion. Moreover, the perception of weak or fragmented leadership could encourage international adversaries to take advantage of the situation, increasing global tension and affecting the US's geopolitical stance. Economically, the fall of a powerful leader and the suffering of the great eagle could translate into uncertainty in financial markets. Investors tend to react negatively to political instability, which could lead to stock market volatility and a drop in economic confidence. The 2008 financial crisis, for example, showed how distrust and a lack of clear leadership can trigger a global economic collapse. Additionally, US economic policy could become erratic in the absence of strong and coherent leadership. This could affect fiscal and monetary policy, leading to runaway inflation, rising unemployment, and a prolonged economic slowdown. The economic repercussions could also extend internationally, given the central role of the United States in the global economy. On a social level, Nostradamus's prophecy suggests a period of suffering for the United States, which could manifest in various ways. Political polarization has already led to an increase in violence and extremism, and a leadership crisis could exacerbate these trends. The lack of social cohesion could result in civil unrest and a rise in crime, affecting the safety and well-being of citizens. Furthermore, the crisis of confidence in institutions and leaders could lead to widespread cynicism and disillusionment with the democratic system. This could reduce citizen participation in political processes and undermine the government's legitimacy. The mental health of the population could also be affected, with an increase in stress, anxiety, and other issues related to instability and uncertainty. Various experts have expressed their opinions about the veracity and potential impact of Nostradamus's prophecies. Some scholars, such as British historian Bernard Cheetham, argue that Nostradamus's prophecies are too vague and open to interpretation to be taken as literal predictions. They argue that the quatrains are written in intentionally ambiguous language, allowing almost any event to be adapted to them after it occurs. However, other scholars of prophetic literature, such as Frenchman Jean-Charles de Fontbrun, have argued that the accuracy of some of Nostradamus's prophecies is surprising and that they may contain real warnings about the future. Fontbrun points out that Nostradamus's symbolic language can be decoded to reveal historical patterns and trends that are alarmingly precise. Political analysts such as Robert Kagan of the Brookings Institution have warned that political instability in the United States could have ripple effects globally. Kagan suggests that a collapse in US leadership could weaken international alliances and leave a power vacuum that less democratic nations might try to exploit. On the other hand, economists like Nouriel Roubini, known for predicting the 2008 financial crisis, have warned about the economic risks of a leadership crisis in the United States. Roubini highlights that political uncertainty can lead to a lack of confidence in financial markets and a global economic recession, especially if the United States cannot maintain its role as a world economic leader. In summary, Nostradamus's prophecy predicting the fall of a powerful leader and the suffering of the great eagle has profound and multifaceted potential implications for the United States. The political consequences could include greater instability and internal divisions, while the economic ones could lead to market volatility and a prolonged slowdown. Socially, the impact could manifest in greater polarization and a crisis of confidence in institutions. While the veracity of Nostradamus' prophecies remains a matter of debate, their ability to reflect contemporary concerns and challenges is undeniable, offering a chilling but fascinating perspective on the future of the United States. Preparation and precautions. Preparing for potential catastrophic events, whether inspired by ancient prophecies like those of Nostradamus or contemporary risk analyses, is a prudent practice. Being prepared for any type of crisis is essential to ensuring the safety and well-being of oneself and one's family. Here are some tips on how to prepare for what might come, preventive measures, and how to stay informed. General preparedness tips. 1. Family planning. Developing a family emergency plan is crucial. This includes identifying evacuation routes, meeting places in case of separation, and ensuring all family members know how to act in case of a crisis. 2. Emergency kits. Assembling emergency kits with essential items such as water, food, first aid supplies, and tools can make a big difference in a crisis situation. 3. Communication. Having a communication plan is essential. This may include the use of two-way radios, satellite phones, or messaging apps that work offline in case traditional networks fail. Make sure emergency contacts are up to date. 4. Home security. Ensuring the physical security of your home is essential. This may include installing alarm systems and security cameras, reinforcing doors and windows, having fire extinguishers in strategic places, and knowing how to use them. Regular inspections should be conducted to detect and repair potential structural vulnerabilities. 5. Health and medical supplies. Maintaining good health is crucial during crises. This includes having an adequate supply of necessary medications, knowing basic first aid techniques, and keeping informed about health risks. Information sources. Staying informed in real time about natural disasters, public health emergencies, and other critical events is vital. 5. Education and training. Continuing education on how to handle emergencies is crucial. Participating in first aid, survival, and crisis management workshops and courses can provide valuable skills. Many communities offer programs where people can receive training in these areas. Being prepared is the best way to protect oneself and loved ones in any type of crisis. Preventive measures and emergency plans are essential tools for navigating uncertain times and ensuring long-term resilience and well-being. Don't miss our next alarming content, Nostradamus and his 5 prophecies about world leaders in 2024. Discover what shocking revelations await us. Click on the video now and stay informed about predictions that could change the world. See you there.